got to clear it up. You thought I meant reverse?
No, I was kidding. Reverse missionaries who walk away from the church.
We're leaving the church. Thank you.
I didn't really think that.
No, what it is, as you know, when I was a kid, we always had something called pagan babies. Remember those? And we would save up money, and we would to save a non-Catholic child in a third world country. And we would get to name the pagan babies. Isn't that sweet of us? And today I was reading, in my vast research through the internet, that there is reverse missionaries, which means that they're coming from Latin America, they're coming from Asia, and they're here to sort of bring back the religion into our churches. Many churches have been revitalized, like St. Agatha's, say for instance. And I was going to say to Father Miranda, we were discussing earlier that actually the United States is producing less and less religious within the Catholic Church.
Exactly.
Why do you think that is the case?
I think that, you know, I would never see it as something negative or anything. I see it as something positive. I think that the church is vibrant and it's full of life, but I think that maybe God is asking us to do things a little differently. Maybe we're being called to empower lay people, you know, and maybe we have to make some hard decisions. And sometimes people don't want to talk about these things, you know.
So you don't think it's a certain life? What do you think, Professor? Do you have any theories as to why?
Oh, I have plenty of theories.
Okay,
and, you know,
let us have a few.
We make a living.
Oh, that's right.
University.
Give me the top two.
Well,
let me have it.
Being modern has, for the past 200 years, has meant being disenchanted with metaphysical views.
It isn't because they're all material girls and boys.
No, being modern is being part of a secular culture. The division of church and state. That's part of Latin American history. Yeah. What happens is at a point where modern man starts doubting himself, he looks for faith. And now it is turning to traditional cultures, to importing values, religions from other third world countries, that we find a crisis.
We're importing religion.
So therefore, in Los Angeles, I would say that more so than looking for religions that are institutionalized, I think people are looking for a sense of the holy, for a sense of faith and spirituality.
Now, Erwin and Christine, were you both born into a Catholic religion?
Yes.
I was born in El Salvador, and my grandmother was Roman Catholic, but my grandfather taught me reincarnation, basically a form of Hinduism.
Reincarnitas? That's when you bring carnitas back.
Yeah.
He did, because he was Hindu.
No, just the framework of Hinduism was something that had impacted him. He was a philosophy student.
I'd like to know, what is it about your specific religions or sects that attracted you to them? Let's start with Christine.
Choice.
It's you get to wear the robe.
It's the outfit.
And it's comfortable.
Absolutely.
It's comfortable. I always thought the priests look so comfortable. That was like, good job.
Yeah.
It's funny you say you're looking for the outfit, and now in the Catholic Church, a lot of people don't want to use the outfit.
Yeah, I know. And mine too.
And some do, because there's all. I mean, it's just. It seems sometimes you get confused.
There's a lot of discomfort with the uniform. I think in the United States, people are in Asia, no problem.
But also, you know,
I think it's an American thing.
Yeah, I also think that, you know, uniforms are good, but sometimes uniforms can be a barrier between you and somebody. And when they see you closer,
they have a good and a bad side, absolutely.
Yeah. So it depends, but ultimately, really what matters is the person who's wearing it, how you live, and what you project, basically.
Absolutely.
At least no one disagrees with you. With the outfit on.
What attracted you to Buddhism, Christine?
Well, I started reading about it. The thing that I like is that it accommodates people who don't necessarily have all the answers, or don't feel right about answers that other people give you, and that's okay. In Zen Buddhism, it's okay to say I don't know, and that's not a problem, right?
Okay.
So that suits me, because, you know, I would feel a little bit hypocritical. Not that I not believe or have a problem with anything the Catholic Church says or does. I think it's wonderful, and I have total respect for it. But I don't quite feel it in that way that people that have the faith feel it deeply. You know, there's things that, you know, may or may not be true as far as I look at it.
Erwin, what attracted you to, so your church is, you said it was a mega church, but with Buddhist influences, or how would you describe your
No, our congregation is definitely Christian. Our base of authority is the Bible. That's why I brought one with me. And we teach the message of Jesus Christ.
Oh, it's not your date book. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. But it's a very diverse community culturally. The ethnic diversity is very, very broad. And there are people who are today Buddhists and who are today Hindus and are today Muslims and are today communist atheists who come to our church, and they process sometimes over years coming to a sense of faith and what they really believe. I think my journey is very similar to the whole cultural journey. Basically, culture began with faith, and the modern world impacted it. Rationalism came in. You start, looking at all the different options out there. I mean, the world, when you move to the city, is at your doorstep, and you have all these different belief systems. And after a while, there's so many belief systems, you go, really, nothing's true. It doesn't, and nothing really makes sense.
What impressed me a lot is, first of all, the largest growth is taking place in the United States is with people who are not affiliated to, even though they're born into a religion, they don't pursue it. So that's important for our viewers.
Another thing that's important too is not so much, a lot of people that are in churches, they are, like you're a Buddhist, I'm a Catholic, but doesn't mean, just because you're affiliated, doesn't mean that you're like closed. There's a lot of flexibility. You'd be surprised the flexibility you'll meet in different congregations. Being open, because everybody thinks just because it's very dangerous to label anybody, because people are so open. Like for example, if you ask me as a priest, my biggest concern as a priest is not so much 10,000 dogmas or doctrines, is how can I be an instrument so people can find the holy, can find God. And in my case, as a Christian, it's Jesus Christ. But it's having that experience.
But what really, I think, attracted me was I had already rejected most traditions. What I was looking for was truth that would transform who I was from the inside out. Not legalisms, not rituals, not things that would conform me, but things that would transform me.
Something practical with which to change. That's. I wanted to get into the idea that we're kind of discussing here. For our viewers, there's something called a mega religion that I didn't know existed, which means it's like that they kind of just mix many concepts.
Like Baha'i,
well,
I understand that's all religions, or?
Well, it's like Calvary Chapel in Costa Mesa.
Oh, I don't.
It's a very large congregation that.
There's one on TV also that has a pastor, and he's got people from.
But the misconception would be that they hold to a multiple realm of beliefs. They have
most
a core
of them are
belief.
Christian.
Right.
Catholic
they believe that Jesus Christ is the way, the truth, and the life. But they do have a diversity of people. I think the difference is people don't care whether they're Baptist or Methodist or Pentecostal or Catholic or whatever it is. What they want to know is, do I have something that's real, something that's true, and something that transforms?
Exactly. Can we talk about the Pentecostals? Right now there's a big Pentecostal movement, and apparently a lot of Latinos are attracted to the Pentecostal movement. I read an article which said that even though it is considered by some a very extroverted, joyous exaltation of religion, that they feel that this is very much in times with the times. Professor Cantu, why do you think Latinos are attracted so much to what would be considered a very extroverted religion?
I'm going to use a Buddhist response.
Go for it, baby.
I've heard that one.
I'm taking it from Cris. Well, let me try one.
Go for it.
The city has always been a place where people think they can renew cultures into a civilization. And I think here in Los Angeles, the exposure to other ways, there's either to create something new or else to remake what we have already, but be more inclusive. I'm thinking of Irwin's idea of what's occurring today.
I think it's a very emotional experience for these people, and people in cities become very cold and alienated.
We'll be back with más de Café California.
And they get to feel